Hello, this is Vicky from St. Andrews College, Cambridge. And St. Andrews College, Cambridge is a boarding school. We are located in the center of Cambridge, and our students' age are mainly from 15 to 19. But we do take students who might be above 18 and they want to do A-level, or students who might be 19, 20, or even 21 years old who want to do foundation program. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our school. So I hope it will offer a better understanding for our students who are interested in studying at St. Andrews. St. Andrews is located in the center of Cambridge. If you imagine Cambridge University as a big circle, so we are in the center of the Cambridge University. Our students, they can go to Cambridge Library to study and borrow books, and they can go to Cambridge Art Gallery, they can go to Cambridge Museum, and they can observe and attend hundreds, thousands of public lectures at Cambridge University. Even if you are outside of St. Andrews, you are still inside of the giant Cambridge University. Cambridge University is more like a university town, so basically, it's a very safe and academic place for students who want to study. We have quite high ranking in the country. Last year, in year 2021, 87% of our A-level students, they got A-star to A-rate, which was ranked number 6 among 4,190 schools in the UK. And 34% of the students who successfully progressed to a G5 university, Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial College, LSE, and UCL, and 75% of them, they progressed to a top 10 UK university. So we have very high ranking in the country, and we very much specializing in sending students to the very top universities, not only in the UK, but also in other countries like United States, Australia, because A-level is an international curriculum. So after you finish A-level, you can progress to a British university or university in some other countries. We have very small sets of teaching. There are only around 4 to 6 students per class, and everyone has a personal tutor. So after you have arrived at St. Andrews, there will be a personal tutor who will meet you every week, and your tutor will discuss your academic struggles, your progress, and to help you basically with everything. For example, if you tell your tutor, this week, I felt like I didn't fully understand what I have learned during the biology lesson, and your tutor will speak with your biology teacher to arrange for additional one-to-one teaching for you next week to help you to catch up specifically about biology. So you will always feel very much supported. And we monitor students' progress very closely. So we make sure that students, they are always confident to speak out their concerns and to let us know if they need any additional help. And it's not like you arrive at school and you feel, oh my God, I couldn't understand economics or math, and you feel like you couldn't receive that support, and after about one term you fail the subject. And our school, it's not like that. As soon as you arrive the first week, we test you, so we find out your academic holes, and then we arrange for additional teaching for you. And also we allocate you to the class that are suitable to your level. So like math, we have like 4 or 5 different classes. So every class is designed for students have a specific level of math. So some of students, they might be like perhaps the best of the best from their countries in terms of the math. So we will focus more on helping them with British mathematics Olympiad or Cambridge University STEP STEP mathematics exams training alongside with their math and further math A-level subjects. But if your math level is not very strong, you will be in a very nurturing class, and your tutor will help you to go through some of the GCSE mathematics content, which is the level slightly below A level. And your teacher will give you a lot of individual lessons, homework, tutorial sessions to make sure you fully understand everything. So either way, you will feel very much supported and comfortable because everything you are learning, they are suitable to your level, and they monitor your progress very closely. So it's quite difficult to fill a subject at our school with that kind of personal attention. And we have September and January intake. So we offer pre-A level, A level, and university foundation programs. Most of the students in our school, they are studying A level and foundation, but we do have about 10% of students who want to study A level, but they feel like their academic or English level might not be strong enough to study the A level program directly. So they spend 1 year studying the pre-A level. So for the A level, if they come in September, it's going to be 2 years. If they come in January, it's 18 months. For the foundation, if they come in September, it's 10 months. If they come in January, it's only about 6 months. And for the A level students, they will have a tutor from school, but they will have a second tutor from Cambridge University. So for example, if you want to study natural science at Cambridge University, what could be a better option than studying already in the center of Cambridge University to study your A level, being taught by Cambridge retired professors, very renowned, experienced teachers, only have 4 or 5 students per class. You have a tutor from St. Andrews, but also another tutor from Cambridge University who is specializing in natural science. So for the super top students who aim for Oxbridge, they will have a second tutor from Cambridge University. Your tutor will be specializing in the majors that you want to apply in the future, because they just went through the whole UCAS application procedures. They stood out among thousands of candidates, and their job is to make sure that when you apply, you will stand out as well. And we have a very strong medicine program and a very strong art department. We also help students with UCAS application, so you don't need to worry too much about which university should I go, what about my career plans, because we help you with all that. You just need to arrive in Cambridge, study hard and enjoy your time, and you will receive very systematic and professional guidance in terms of university application. And we are boarding schools, so I would say 70% of our students, they are boarding students, but we do have students whose parents live in Cambridge and they are day students, and most of our British students, they are also day students. And some of students, they might prefer homestay, so they might choose a homestay option. And we have a pastoral care department and about 40 different activities in school. So, and this is our A level result. And in terms of the university foundation, so some students might be wondering, what is A level? What is foundation? So A level is like the traditional high school curriculum in the UK. And if, for example, you are studying in Italy or in Albania or in Russia, so most of the countries, they have year 12 in total. So the senior high school is year 10, year 11, year 12. So A level equals to the last 2 years of your high school, senior high school. So it equals to year 11 and year 12. And normally students are around 16 years old when they start A level, and 17 years. But sometimes students might already finish high school. They might be 18 years old and they feel like, I want to go to Oxbridge, I want to go to a medical school. So they still choose the A level option. A level takes 2 years if you come in September, but if you come in January, it only takes 18 months. A level is an international degree, so it can lead you to a British university, but also to universities across the world. For the foundation, it's like a program designed specifically for international students. But we do have British students who are studying our foundation, but most of them are international students. And foundation is more like a pathway. So if you want to study economics major at university, you can choose economics foundation. If you want to study computer science or engineering, you can choose engineering foundation. So it's like a pathway that will help you to prepare for your future university degree. And for the foundation, it's much quicker because if you come in September, it's 1 year. To be precise, it's 9 months from September to June. And if you come in January, it's only about 6 months from January to June. So it's a quicker, and also foundation is cheaper, the tuition fee. So it's an ideal way for students who finished year 11 or year 12. Most of the students who study foundation, they already finish high school. And some about 30–40% of students, they finish year 11. You don't necessarily need to finish year 12 to be able to start the foundation, but you need to finish at least year 11. And most of the international students, they need to do a foundation program to be able to study in the bachelor course in the UK, because in the UK, the bachelor course only takes 3 years. In England, in Scotland, it's 4 years. So foundation course is a course designed for students who want to go to university very soon. In terms of the university progression record, so for A-level students, they can go to Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial College, LSE, and like Stanford, MIT, they all take A-level students. But for foundation students, you can still progress to very top universities like Edinburgh and St. Andrews, Warwick, King's College, London, but you can't progress to Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial College, Stanford, those kind of universities, because they only take A-level students. And also for foundation students, you can't progress to a medical school because in terms of going to medical school, the deadline for the UCAS application, university application, is 15th of October. So if you arrive in September, you have nothing to submit. So normally for students who want to study medicine, become a future doctor, they need to study A-level. But if you are thinking studying like biomedical science, biochemistry, pharmaceutical science, which means you research related, you don't need to become a doctor who operates surgery, then you can study science foundation. So that I think those are the main differences between A-level and foundation. I wouldn't see which course is better, which is worse. It totally depends on the student's personal academic and English level and the student's university plan for themselves. If I see a student who's around 17 and when they finish year 11, year 10, they are very motivated, have excellent English level, A or A star with their every single subject, and I would recommend them to study A-level because they are still quite young and they have good results. They should study A-level, and that gives them the flexibility of going to like very top universities. If the students, they might be 18, 19, and they have okay results, like English level around 5.5, 6, 6.5, and their academic results are good, but not excellent, I would recommend them to study foundation, because by studying foundation, it's easier for them to achieve a higher result. And it's relatively easier for them to go to a high ranking university, because for A-level, you have A star, which equals to 90 out of 100, A equals to 80, and B is 70 out of 100. But if you study foundation, you get 70 out of 100, it's distinction. And if you have 60, it's merit. Normally, universities such as Manchester, Birmingham, King's College, they request students to have 70 distinction. So which is much easier to achieve 70 out of 100. Then you go through A level, they might request you have AAB, which is 2 subjects. You have to have like 80, above 80, and 1 subject above 70. So in relatively speaking, foundation is easier than A level. And in terms of depth of knowledge, A level is much more challenging and more difficult. So both of the options are great options, depending on your age, and how many years you plan to study before you go to university, and your financial budget for your education investment, and your university progression expectation. So I'm going to talk briefly about the course we offer. So for the pre-A level, it's like the preparation course for the A level. It takes about 1 year if you come in September, and like 6 months if you come in January. In the UK, 1 academic year has 3 terms. So if you come in September, there will always be 3 terms. If you come in January, there will be 2 terms. So for the pre-A level, it's like an equivalent to the GCSE, because you study GCSE, you go to A level, but you can also study pre-A level and you go to A level. Then what are the difference between GCSE and pre-A level? So pre-A level is suitable for students who need some additional support for their academic English. Because for the GCSE, you need to study multiple subjects like history, English literature, Spanish, math, art, science subjects. But for the pre-A level, you spend half of the time studying academic English, and half of the time you study your future relevant A-level subjects. So instead of GCSE, you have to study 8 to even 12 different subjects. For the pre-A level, you just study 3 or 4 subjects, but the subjects, they are relevant to your future A-level subjects and to your university major pathway, and you spend half the time studying English. I think for international students, 70% of them at least, pre-A level might be a better option, because it's quite difficult to study GCSE with so many subjects, especially if English is not your first language. And it can be quite stressed to manage to achieve A or A star with so many different subjects. It's quite difficult to balance, and especially if you feel like I want to study science for my A level, I'm gonna choose math, biology, chemistry, and physics. I really don't want to study history or English literature or art. I don't think they are relevant to my A-level subjects. But for GCSE, you have to study them. But for pre-A level, you can just study 3 or 4 subjects that are relevant to your future A-level subjects. You can just choose the science pathway, which you will be studying physics, chemistry, and biology only. So I think in general, pre-A level is a course designed for students who finish year 8, year 9, or year 10, and they might be around 15, 16, or even 17. Sometimes they might be slightly mature, and mainly for international students whose first language is not English, and who would like to focus more specifically on their future A-level subjects, and they can still take the GCSE exams, but they can pick the subjects they want to take the GCSE exams. It's also going to be easier for them to apply for top universities, because when you apply for university on UK system, during the educational background part, you need to fill in your previous results before the A-level, and you might feel like if you study GCSE, you might struggle with specific subjects you are not interested, and it's difficult for you to get great results. And the university, they saw you might have failed like English literature or art. They were like, oh, okay. But if you submit your pre-A results, you will have great results, because you spend half the time learning English, academic English, and half the time learning your future A-level subjects. So you are interested in those subjects and you specialize in those subjects. So it's going to be easier for you to achieve a better results, a higher results. And when you apply for university, the university admission team, they will be like, oh, A-level great results, great. And the educational background before the A-level, okay, great results. And the students also have GCSE results, and the GCSE results are relevant to the A-level subjects you were taking. So I do think for international students would be a very good pathway for them to prepare academically before their A-level study. So most of our students in school, they are studying A-level and foundation. So A-level, we offer a variety of subjects. During the A-level stage, you just need to pick 3 or 4 subjects. So for example, if you want to study law in university and you really hate math, you can choose like law and sociology and English literature, history, psychology. You can choose 3 or 4 subjects you are interested. If you want to study engineering, you can pick like math, further math, for perhaps if you really like math and physics, chemistry. If you want to study computer science, you can choose computer science. Oh yes, we do offer computer science as a subject. We just didn't list it here. We also have geography. So if any of the subjects you are interested are not listed here, please do send us an email and to check will the subject you are interested be offering at school and that academic year. And if you want to study computer science, you can choose like math, computer science, and further math, physics, depending on your preference. Or sometimes students would replace further math with economics because you want to know both like science and economics and part of the knowledge. And if you want to study art and design, you can choose like art, fine art, textile and fashion, photography. So there is no compulsory subject. You can just choose 3 or 4 subjects. So the subjects you pick, you will be like really passionate about those subjects and you will specialize in those subjects. I think that's the important reason that in the UK, why the bachelor only takes 3 years, because before the bachelor degree, the A-level stage, students, they already very much focus on their future relevant subjects. And also for the A-level, if you want to go to some other universities, you feel like I might want to go to universities in Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, Singapore, America, Australia, you can do the A-level because A-level is an international degree. For the foundation program, our foundation is accepted by NCFE, accredited by NCFE. So some students, if they are interested in knowing more details about foundation, they might be like, what's the difference between university foundation and your foundation, which we call college foundation? So for university foundation, it's a foundation specifically designed for one university. So if you feel like you've been to the UK for many times, you visited that university for many times, and you are 100% sure that you want to go to that university, you won't change your mind, and you are very independent, hardworking, disciplined, I think university foundation would be a great option for you because it gives you the time to fully understand that university, familiarize yourself with the campus, everything, facility before you start your like bachelor degree, and you can't fail the course because you are hardworking, you are disciplined. But if you've never been to the UK or if you haven't done any proper research about universities, you feel like it's kind of quite big risk to decide which university I want to go in the future. What if I change my mind? And I feel like because your foundation is designed for one specific university, sometimes you can change your university but go to a lower ranking university, but you can't use that foundation result to go to a similar ranking university or higher ranking university, because they will be thinking, why would you use that university foundation to apply for us? We are a better, higher ranking university, or why would we accept another school's university's foundation? So if you want to have more flexibility, if you don't want to limit yourself to one specific option, I think our foundation would be a good option, because you don't need to rush to decide which university you want to go. You arrive in September, you study in the center of Cambridge, and Cambridge is a very renowned place. You know, it's going to be lovely, very high quality education. And we have many teachers who are retired professors from Cambridge. And you can go to Cambridge Library, you can attend public lectures, you can go to Cambridge Library, and you can go to Cambridge sports facility, and you will know it's very good. It's a very enjoyable experience. And also, you have very small set of classes. Our foundation is very similar to the A-level style. There are only around 5-6 students per class. So it's very small set of teaching. University foundation is very much like university style. There are around 20 students, sometimes even more, like 25-30 students per class. So when the teachers give you the homework, the teacher will send you an email. This is a homework. This is a deadline. So you need to figure out that project or essays by yourself. But in our school, we only have 5 or 6 students per class. So it's very interactive, the lessons, and your your subject teacher give you homework, and you have your weekly meeting with your personal tutor. Your tutor will explain to you what is Harvard reference letter, how to write a proper essay, and help you to proofread your essays. So in general, you receive more attention and support and more guidance. And it's more like high school style, but university foundation is more like university style. And in terms of accommodation, if you study in a university foundation, it's like a giant student hall residence. There might be hundreds of students. You share like a specific number of students. They share one kitchen, and it's mixed gender. Your neighbor might party all night. So, and if you have overslept, you miss your lessons. So there won't be a person who's knocking on your door, making sure you wake up on time. But in our school, they still stay at a school hall residence, but we have a house manager living together with the students on separate floor. And the house manager is like your English mom. They will cook for you, does laundry for you. They will knock on your door in the morning to make sure you wake up on time if you have quite early lessons. And so it's also, you can't have party all night. So it's also quite different from the accommodation perspective. We also have about 30 or 40% more teaching hours compared with university foundation, because some students said it's better value for money. But from my perspective, I think they are still quite young. They need a lot of professional guidance rather than they have a lot of free time. They don't know how to work on this project. So that's why our foundation students, they tend to achieve very high results, and then they go to very good university. And for foundation students, they arrive in September, and then in October, we organize university fairs so they can speak and talk with different university admission team. And in November, as they will go visit different universities, and then in January, we help them to submit their UCAS application. And in February, March, they will receive their offers. Normally, you apply for 5 different universities. And for our students, they always like to apply for 2 or 3 majors from UAL. So UAL accepts our foundation as well. So sometimes they feel like if I study UAL's foundation, I can only go to those one specific college. But what if I can't progress? It's going to be super awkward for me. I need to repeat the foundation for another year. But if I study in St. Andrews Foundation, I can apply for 3 majors and a UAL, different college. So I stand a higher chance of going to, even one give me offer, I stand just a higher chance, and I'll apply for another 2 universities just to make sure, because I won't have any risk of repeat my foundation again, because that's a potential risk with a university foundation. And then you receive multiple offers, and then you pick one you want to go, rather than you have to limit yourself with one specific university, especially if you haven't been to the UK before. I don't think it's very fair for the students. And so the school is located in the center of Cambridge. So Cambridge has 31 different colleges and a lot of museums, research centers. So basically it's university town. So you will be living and studying inside the university. And no matter if you are studying pre-A-level, A-level or university foundation, there are around 4 to 6 students per class. And everyone has a personal tutor. Your tutor will meet you every week, help you with UCAS application, university guidance, and your career plan, basically everything. And we carefully monitor your progress. We also send 2 termly reports to the parents. So the parents always have a good understanding how the students have been doing at school, and the parents can easily reach out to school as well. The parents can talk with the personal tutors, subject teachers, principal, and if any of the students, A-level and foundation students, if your English level is below 6.5, and I know in a lot of schools, they have quite low requirements on students, but we have relatively higher requirements. We are quite strict with entrance and admission requirements. So if your English level is below 6.5, but you got offered a place to study in school, we will, after you have arrived in September, we will help you and we will arrange for an additional 6 hours of English lessons for you every week. So until your English level is 6.5, at least, preferably like 7 or 7.5. We do have a lot of students who are native English speakers, so the English wouldn't be an issue for them. And a lot of international students, like from Belarus, from Georgia, Azerbaijan, like Turkey, and Bulgaria, Romania. So before they arrive, their English level might already be like 7.5, 8. So, but we do have some students whose English level might be around 5.5, 6 when they study the A-level or foundation. So we arrange for them additional English teaching hours per week, 6 hours per week, to help them to improve their academic English. And we have very thorough university preparation support. So we have excellent connections with different university admission team. So for example, we had a girl from Italy who was taking her Imperial College entrance exams. Something was wrong with her screen or with the exam paper. It was an online test, but she wasn't sure. She spoke with a teacher who was supervising her, but no one responded. And she was like, I've worked so hard. I don't want to miss the opportunity to go to my dream university because of this technical issue. And she quickly took a photo and sent it to my WhatsApp. And then we found Imperial College, the head of admission, and then they arranged for another test only for our student. And then they told her that we will use a test as you achieve higher result to be the final result you have achieved. So I do think we are very responsive in terms of helping our students, and we help them with every single step of their university application. And we want our students to feel like they are always very, very much welcome to speak to us if they need anything. And if we want them to feel very much supported, like family style. And we have a program in school. It's called Oxbridge program. It's a program designed specifically for A-level students. So if you want to go to a G5 university, Oxbridge University, G5 is a quite popular term nowadays. A G5 university means Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial College, LIC, and UCL. You can understand it as like every league concept in the United States. So if you want to study medicine or you want to go to G5 university, so besides your standard A-level lessons, very small sort of teaching, like personal tutor, you have a lot of lectures given by Cambridge and Oxford students, professors, and admission team to help you with a lot of aspects that might be very important in terms of your application. And besides that, you will have a personal tutor from Cambridge University who's specializing in the major you want to apply in the future. And we also help students with EPQ and work experience, personal statement, academic excellence until we make sure the students will go to their dream university. And for our medicine program, so for students who want to become a doctor, a dentist, they must study A-level. So normally they would pick biology, chemistry, physics, and math. But and biology and chemistry are compulsory, but you can replace math and physics with some other subjects. And so besides your standard A-level lessons, we help students to explain the requirements of how to become a doctor, the national healthcare system, medical vocabulary, mock interview preparation, and we help them to prepare for their exams like BMAT, UCAT, and personal statement, volunteer experience, attending medical seminars. For any students, if you are interested in studying medicine, I strongly recommend a website for you. It's called, if you simply search on Google, the MEDC portal, MEDSC portal. So it's the MEDC portal is the official partner of the Royal Society of Medicine. They have so much resources in supporting you go to a medical school. The MEDC portal is considered one of the most authoritative organizations in the UK, perhaps in the world, in supporting students to go to British medical school. So, but the MEDC portal, if you scroll down their website, you will see they are a member of the Dukes. St. Andrews is a member of the Dukes education as well. So which means our students, they can access a lot of the resources and support from the MEDC portal for free. And also, if you want to study law, there's another famous organization called the Lawyer Portal. So they are also a member of the Dukes. So we are all members of the Dukes. So for St. Andrew students, they can access a lot of resources about law, specific about law, and they can access a lot of internship opportunity and the top law firm in London and in some other cities. And there is also a super strong organization called Oxbridge Application. They specialize in helping students to apply for Oxford and Cambridge. And they are also a member of the Dukes, so we share all the resources together. So studying at St. Andrews, it's not like you only study in one school. You are benefiting from the resources from the school, and school itself has a very high ranking, like superb teaching quality, and also the school is inside of Cambridge. So you also you can access a lot of resources from Cambridge University. If you want to study physics, you can just go to Faculty of Physics and Cambridge University to join a lot of lessons. They have loads of public lectures. You can go to a library. So you access a lot of the resources from Cambridge University. That's I think it's amazing. But think about on top of that, you can also access resources from the Dukes. Dukes is a gigantic organization in the UK, but it's very British style because 95% of the schools in the Dukes group, they only take British students. We have 5 colleges that we take international students. St. Andrews is one of them. And also our sister school, Cardiff Sixth Form College, which is ranked #1 in the UK in terms of A-level results for 11 years. And Rochester Independent College, London Fine Arts, and also like Earlscliffe. So we always organize events together and we share all the resources. And if you are thinking of applying for A-level, you were like, I want to try for St. Andrews, but I also want to try for Cardiff because Cardiff has #1 ranking. The great part is that you just need to send over your application documents once, and you just need to pay for one school's application fee, and we can register you in the admission system in both our schools, and then arrange for you to take the test. So you don't need to fill in different application form and pay two separate application fee, which I think is a great thing for students. And we have pastoral care department. So every student will have a personal tutor looking after them. If you need to see a doctor, you need to make a dental appointment, we always help you with that. If you feel stressed, you just need to talk to someone, we always help you with that. And we have a lot of activities in school. So I just listed activities here, but there are far more activities than those. And if you feel like some of the activities you are interested, they are not listed here, you can speak with us. We can always help you to arrange for that. I think we had a girl from Ukraine, and she really liked like astronomy, and the very professional facility cost so much money, like £500,000, and we couldn't afford that. So we spoke with Cambridge Astronomy Club, and then they said sure. And then she would go to Cambridge Astronomy Club on Tuesday and Thursday to join activities with Cambridge University students. And we are boarding school. We have 7 residential buildings, and every hall residence has a personal tutor, and each hall residence is divided by age and gender. So it's going to be pure boys or pure girls living in one hall residence. The house manager will cook for breakfast and dinner, and for lunch, normally students sort out the lunch themselves near school. There are about 30-40 different varieties of food for them to pick, and sometimes they just take the free bread like eggs, ham, vegetable, fruit from the fridge in their kitchen, and they just use them to make a simple sandwich for lunch. But the house manager normally cooks for breakfast and dinner. The reason they don't cook for lunch at the same time is because different students, they choose different subjects, they have different schedules, so it's quite difficult for students to come for lunch at the same time. And also sometimes students, they prefer to have their flexibility to eat the lunch that they really like. And the house manager will also help you with cleaning, with your laundry. It's very family style. If you have your birthday, your house manager will make a birthday cake for you. And if you have any religious events, they will also help you and to celebrate together. And we mainly have single room and twin room and premium single ensuite. So all the rooms have independent bathroom and shower. And we do allow students to pick homestay. So if they are above 16 years old and they prefer homestay, they can definitely choose homestay. Homestay is also more cost effective. And so these are our A-level progression records. Because 87% of students, they have A star to A rate. So it's relatively easier for them to go to the very top universities. And for our foundation students, they can still go to Bristol, Sheffield, Manchester, Exeter, King's, Edinburgh, University of Arts London. They all take our foundation students. And it's relatively easier for them to go to those universities because it's much easier for them to achieve distinction or distinction with honors results. When you have so small size of teaching, a lot of teaching hours, a lot of personal support, compared with very independent and freestyle university like foundation. And just some students' photos. And like Jeremy, he actually finished high school in his country, and then he joined our A-level. He was 18, and after 2 years, he progressed to Leicester to study medicine. And while he was studying A-level at our school, we offered him a lot of support about BMAT, UCAT, and he had a personal tutor who was studying medicine at Cambridge. And just some students' progression record. And in terms of entrance requirements, these are the minimum requirements. You might not be able to be accepted if you meet the minimum requirements. We also, so normally most of our students, if they study A-level or foundation, they have English level at least 5.5 to 6. So most of them, their English level is 6.5, 7, or even higher. It's very common in our school. And we also offer scholarship, but scholarship is limited. Normally, scholarship might be full in February or March if you come in September. So if you want to have a scholarship, you need to apply 1 year ahead. And for the A-level, the tuition fee is around £28,000 per year, and the foundation tuition fee is around £21,000 per year. In terms of accommodation, it's around 14 to 19K, depending on your option, but for homestay, it's only 7K. And all the accommodation includes breakfast, dinner, and weekly laundry. So for A-level students, we offer up to 75% scholarship. The scholarship is a discount towards their tuition fee. If they have very good results for the first year, they can continue having the scholarship for the second year. For foundation students, we offer maximum 35% scholarship, but it's very difficult to get a scholarship from St. Andrews because the entrance requirements are already very high. And the girl on the right side, she's actually my friend's daughter. So she finished GCSE in a traditional boarding school in the UK, and she wanted to go to University of Arts London to study and for her bachelor degree. So she was supposed to join our school to do the A-level, but then I talked with my friend. We felt like she could do the foundation because it only takes 1 year, and it's cheaper, it's quicker, and UAL accepts St. Andrews Foundation. So she did the art foundation, and she didn't receive any professional art training before she joined our school. She didn't even have art portfolio before she joined our art foundation. And she joined our art foundation in last September. And now she received the offer from Central St. Martin's, the most competitive college of University of Arts London. And I thought they might have really high requirements. And then I checked on her UCAS like application status. As long as she passed her St. Andrews Foundation, which means she has 50% out of 100, and her English level 6, they will just give her an unconditional offer. I was like, oh, this is basically like an unconditional offer. So for a lot of students, even if they don't have very strong academic or English level, or they didn't receive professional training of their specific area before they arrive, but with that very individualized attention and support, you can still go to your dream university. So always believe in yourself. If other people tell you like, oh, you go to Cambridge College, that's a joke, that's not possible. And we also had another student who finished high school in his country. He's from China, and he finished high school in China, but he can't go to a really high ranking university in China. And he really wanted to go to UCL, which is ranked number 8 in the world. And she joined our 1 year A-level. We don't offer 1 year A-level, but he really wanted to come. He had many communications with us, and he knew going to St. Andrews would be his only option to go to UCL, because we have a lot of individual attention and support, and he needs that. And we tested him with his AS paper, and he actually got very good results. So we made an exception. We took him for 1 year A-level. He came last September, and he received his offer from UCL and also from St. Andrews. He's waiting for his offer from Imperial College. He also received an interview invitation from Cambridge University to study physics. And now he decided he's going to go to UCL. So everything is possible. Always believe in yourself. And if any students they want to apply, they need to send over the application form, their transcript records, and a passport copy, birth certificate. And then we will issue a formal application fee invoice. It's £350. And after students have paid for the application fee, they need to take our internal math test. If they want to apply for scholarship, they need to take our scholarship test. But if you don't have A or A star with every single subject, we wouldn't recommend you to take the scholarship test, because it's going to be a waste of time. And our English test, you don't necessarily need to have the L certificate. You can just take our English test. And then after that, we will arrange for you to take an interview and then issue the offer letter. If you have been offered the scholarship, you can access your scholarship information within your offer letter. And if you want to come to confirm your place, you need to pay for £2,500 deposit within 14 days after you receive your offer, or else your offer will be withdrawn. And we help you with visa application, and then students submit their guardianship documents before they arrive. Every student needs to have a guardian if they will be below 18 years old by the time when they arrive in the UK, or by the time when they start their course. It doesn't need to be a guardianship company. It can be your mom, your dad, anyone who, as long as they are a UK resident, they don't need to be UK citizen. As long as they live in the UK, they are resident or a citizen, they are above 25 years old, and they are not a full-time student themselves, so they can act as your guardian. And we always organize students to visit different universities, including Oxford, and we post what's happening at Cambridge University, so they can access, okay, this week there will be a lecture at Cambridge University about engineering, about economics, about accounting, so you can always go there after lessons to join lessons at Cambridge University. And we invite a lot of professors to give speeches to students, including Professor Patrick Maxwell, the head of the medicine department at Cambridge University. And for our students who want to study medicine, we can arrange for them to do internship at Cambridge University, and we co-hosted events together with Cambridge University Surgical Society and the Royal College of Surgeons of England. This is Cambridge. So Cambridge University has more than 800 years of history. It's very pretty, very safe, very academic. This is Cambridge River, and it's very Harry Potter style. So if you're gonna study at St. Andrews, this is gonna be your neighborhood. And this is our school. It's very close to the central station, and it's on the opposite to the Cambridge University Botanic Garden. It's about 10 to 15 minutes walking distance to King's College. Cambridge University, the landmark of Cambridge, so it's very, very central. And this is how the classroom looks like, very small set of teaching. And on the right side is Alex. So he graduated from our school many years ago. He's now a very successful entrepreneur living in London. And I took this from his Instagram. He always comes back to visit his old teachers, visit the school staff, because he achieved 5 A stars during his A-level results. His result was okay before he arrived, and after 2 years, 5 subjects, 5 A-star results. And he says that my teacher always arranged for me and my classmates to come to school every Saturday, so my teachers could tutor us with the things we couldn't understand that week to make sure we always stay on track or above track. So back then he thought, oh, the teachers must be having a lot of free time, always asking me to come to school on Saturday, tutor me. But now he understood, because the teachers, they really care about the student. That's why they are willing to sacrifice their own holiday or their weekend to support students without anything in return. And so we have a lot of very good facilities, and students can access all that, our science lab. And we have a lot of teachers who are really famous professors in the UK, like our biology teacher, Professor David Appling. He also teaches Cambridge University PhD students, and he is a GCSE and A-level biology textbook author. And we also organize a graduation party and Mabel, so everyone has to dress up. The kids are so cute. And we have 7 residential buildings, and each whole residence is divided by age and gender. If it's very sunny, a sunny day, you might have barbecue in the garden with your flatmates and your house manager. And you can choose a twin room if you prefer to have a roommate, and you can choose a single room if you prefer to have a lot of free, your own privacy, and it's up to you. But if you want to get to pick the whole residence, you need to apply some, because if we don't have a lot of options, you need to stay in the room whichever is available. And we can help students to arrange for holiday accommodation as well if they want to stay in the UK, because normally whole residence will be closed during Christmas, Easter, and summer holiday. But if they want to stay in the UK, we can arrange for them to join some like Easter program, summer program, or we can just arrange for them to stay in local Cambridge host family. And It's very strange, but I've been working at St. Andrews for almost 8 years. I've never heard anyone who complained about food, which is quite a big surprise for me. So because I work in the international department mainly, so I mainly talk with a lot of international students, and I always ask them, how do you think about food? They all tell me great. I'm like, you don't need to lie to me, like, wink, wink, and they tell me like, oh, it's just great. I'm like, oh, okay. so they told me their house manager prepared different food. They change the menu every week, so it's very high quality food. And I know most house managers, they spend about 4 or 5 hours cooking every day, and they have like appetizer, dessert, soup, main course, fruit. I was like, oh, okay. I hope you don't eat too much. Be careful. Don't gain too much weight. And we have a lot of activities like art and photography and critical thinking, computer science, entrepreneurship, and STEM club, musical theater. And our students, they were joining the UN model debate, UN model conference, and they were playing our football team. They were playing against Cambridge University football team. We have very strong football team and school. And we always take them to have the short trips, to go to Peak District, Lake District, Warwick Castle, and they have musical club, and we take them to see football match. We just want to make sure they are very happy. It's going to be a very much unforgettable experience, positive experience in their life. So they not only study hard, they achieve great results, they go to their university, their ideal university, but they actually enjoy themselves. So we want to build up their confidence, their leadership skills, and make sure they are a person who's very caring, who wants to do something great with their life, and who also wants to give back to society when they become successful. That's what we think very important. And we have a lot of sports. So we change the sports every week. And this is punting on Cambridge River. And if you like working out, you can go to Pure Gym or Kiki Sports Center, and you can access the Olympic standard swimming pool. And we organize our own university fair. So the second year A-level students and foundation students, they can always talk with different admission teams. So it will give them a much better understanding of different universities. And then they can join the open days of different universities, and they apply through UCAS. They receive multiple offers, and then they pick one they want to go. And if our students, they bring their St. Andrews ID card, they can go to Cambridge Library. They can have a Cambridge Library card where they can access millions of books, and they can study together with Cambridge students and professors. It's pretty cool. And we always take them to join the lessons at Cambridge University. Just barbecue day, it was a very sunny day, I remember, pizza night. And so you have a certain flexibility. It's not like you study in the countryside and you are caged in your school, you can't go outside. If you want to leave Cambridge, you have to tell your house manager, the pastoral care department, and then we need to speak with your parents to see if your parents approve your trips. But you can move freely in Cambridge. So before your lessons, you can go to Costa, Starbucks, get some like drinks. After your lessons, you can, if it's Friday, you feel really tired, you can go play some bowling, watch a movie. So you still have a certain amount of flexibility. So you can arrange for your own time and do something you really enjoy. And formal dinner at Cambridge University, and it's a nice experience. And we also offer a lot of medical support, and our NHS center, like the GP of most of our students, and Woodland Surgery. It's about 3 minutes walking distance from school. So it's super close, super easy for you to see a doctor. And we have many different teams that we all work together. We call ourselves welfare team. So whenever you need any help, you can always speak with any school staff, and we are always here to support you. So in general, at St. Andrews, we are trying to provide a very happy education. We want our students to feel like they are a very much valued member of the community. We have students coming from 30, 40 different nationalities. We want them to feel very much welcomed. And we want them to feel like they can always voice any of their concerns, their opinions, anytime, confidently. And we want them to just to simply enjoy their time, to feel like they want to study because they have requirements for themselves, rather than they are very much stressed and pressured by us. So we don't do that. Our students, they are normally very motivated themselves. And we have a Cambridge style education because St. Andrews is the oldest tutorial college in Cambridge. And we are also the official A-level exam center in Cambridge. We've been taking students for about nearly 50 years, especially international students. So we have the expertise and experience in looking after students from all different kinds of backgrounds. And we also provide very successful education, and because our result was ranked number 6 in the country among 4,190 schools, and we had 1/3 of students who can go to a G5 university and 75 they go to a top 10. It's like a remarkable academic achievement, and I believe we can't achieve that if we don't have our small set of classes, like very superb teaching quality, like very personal, study experience, monitor their progress. And plus we have relatively higher entrance requirements. So the students themselves, they already have very good results before they arrive. And sometimes they don't have very strong results, but they have requirements for themselves. They still arrive, and after 2 years A-level or 1 year foundation, they can still progress to great universities. And it's just a very, very much family style school. And so that's basically about St. Andrews College, Cambridge. And if you are interested in applying for our course, or if you are interested in getting more questions, please always reach out to us. I recorded this videos because we have so many inquiries, and I really want to explain in detail, like what is A-level, what is foundation, what is the university admission and procedure, to give them a better understanding. I feel like it's a very important decision for our students, their families to make. So it's our responsibility to give them as much information as possible. I hope it's not too long. Perhaps I've talked too much, but I hope it's useful, like this whole video. And if you have any specific questions, or if you need any support with your application, or if you want to have an individual meeting to evaluate your do you have a chance to get a scholarship? Would you be potentially qualified to study for our admission requirements? Please do reach out. My name is Vicky, and I put my WhatsApp number, my WeChat number, and also my email address here. Feel free to reach out to me anytime if you have any questions. I think all my colleagues are British, so so I always felt so much welcomed in the St. Andrews community. I've been working here for almost 8 years, and it's actually my first full-time job. So everyone's super caring, and I kept my number when I moved to the UK. I've been living here for so many years, but yeah, anyway, just reach out to me if you have any questions or anything that I can do or we can do to help. We very much welcome you, and we just want to make sure that you are enjoying your time, and you will go to a great university and live the life you want to live. And yeah, thank you very much for your time. And I hope everyone has a lovely day. Ciao, ciao.